children affected by migration, known as ICAM, are the 10.5 million European children who, for whatever reason, have suffered from displacement, separation or loss as a result of migration. They may be asylum seekers, refugees, economic or social migrants, accompanied by a few of their family, or travelled alone, fleeing war or other disasters, suffering from difficulties on their journeys, recently arrived or have been in the country for some time, and they include approximately 3 million children left behind by parents migrating for work. ICAM have long suffered the effects of separation and the damage it causes to their education and life chances. They are often isolated from the relationship-building support they need to restore their educational disadvantage. They can be isolated even within their families, often suffering and sharing trauma, and speaking only their home language. But now, sadly, there are parallels across a much larger group of children and young people whose education has been adversely affected by lockdowns and school closures. The COVID-19 pandemic has fractured established learning relationships. ICAM have undoubtedly felt this impact, but so have other vulnerable groups. Children and young people in the pupil premium cohort, children with special education needs, those who have suffered bereavement and loss, children who have suffered abuse and trauma, and of course, children in care or on the edge of care. ICAM, as is the case for all disadvantaged children, are particularly vulnerable to abuse. The UNHCR reports a recent rise in racism, xenophobia, gender-based violence and intolerance across Europe. This may further exclude disadvantaged children from their education entitlement. These are also children most vulnerable to bullying, grooming and radicalisation. And these vulnerabilities grow significantly in ungoverned cyberspace. But gains can be made by giving ICAM and their families additional learning support, by building social and emotional resilience and well-being, restoring capacity for learning and ensuring inclusion in schools. And the experience of those working successfully to integrate ICAM in schools has much to offer in terms of overcoming the growing damage to the education of all disadvantaged children caused by separation from school due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Achievement for All has worked with the ICAM European network to make available a powerful array of professional development resources and materials hosted on Achievement for All's online portal, The Bubble. Professional learning, awareness raising and development follows a two-step process. Achievement for All will train nominated leaders to disseminate the materials to clusters of schools. We call them national facilitators. They could be local authority officers, multi-academy trust coordinators or senior leaders from participating schools. All the materials are in the bubble to support this process. The learning is then cascaded into school communities via appointed ICAM champions, who can be any member of staff with the skills, experience and empathy to grow the programme through applied practice. Again, there is a rich array of support materials in the bubble. Every member of staff, including governors, can open an individual learning account. There are downloadable and printable handbooks supported by modules in the bubble that illuminate key issues through interactive content, reflective activity and modelling effective practice. The bubble material will support deeper learning and understanding in areas such as attachment and trauma, and building a sense of convivencia, a Spanish word for living in harmony. There are comprehensive resources and lesson plans to download, adapt, adopt and improve. designed to support small group activity in primary and secondary settings, as well as supportive parent and carer workshops. The materials designed to build digital resilience through social and emotional learning are without doubt usable across a school community. Local innovations, which address areas such as trauma and trauma-informed practice, can be blended in easily. The ICAM program will help mend the fractures in learning relationships caused by the COVID-19 pandemic. We hope you and your school community consider joining the program. Welcome to the ICAM Partnership. Convivencia.